It looks like we are going live now. So what I'm going to do here is I've got my Light Seers tarot deck. So if anyone wants to post in the comments and have any needs, and we'll do some tarot card readings for people. So we'll just give people a minute to come on here. But what I'll do is probably do polls for people. But if you get on early, then I'll probably do some 3-card readings for people and give some examples what we can do here. Hopefully my audio is good. If you join and you can hear my audio, let me know how that goes. First time I've been trying it with this new mic. But let me grab my other cards here just in case I want to have 2 different types of decks going. I'm debating back and forth. For the longest time, I've been a loyal, borderless Rider-Waite Smith, as I call it, tarot deck user, which I love. But recently I've gotten into the Light Seers deck, which I love the imagery and anything like that. So if people are just joining, so Kathy, I saw you just joined in for a reading. So if you have a specific question or topic, put it in the comments and I'll pull a couple cards for it. Great. We'll start with Kathy and then Megan. Yes, I do love these decks. Probably 90% of my readings are those. Actually, I just got the Light Seers in the past couple months because I saw so many people specifically from Australia using it that I had to do it. So, Kathy, if you get any specific questions or topics, or you just want me to do a general pull for you and see what the universe has for you. When will I be moving? All right, that's a great one. Let's do some. I'll do 3 cards on this one. Okay. So, whether you are actively looking to move or trying to move, the first card I got is the Knight of Pentacles. So this would be opportunities or inklings. They're not mature, so they're not like king or queen energy. So they're not like immediate or things that you might actually take. So usually I would say with this type of energy is don't always take the first thing that comes your way, but make sure you feel it out and see what it is. So in this case, it could be, I don't know if you're looking to move for career purposes, career reasons, or you just need to find a different type of house or living arrangement. So whether you might hear about things that are available or hear about opportunities that might move you to where you want to go, that's kind of what this says. But it does say, even though, I know, some of the environment hasn't been great, but this says the Page of Pentacles says that it's a fertile environment now for you to commit a move or to move however you want. So hopefully you get things organized. However, the final card I got for you quickly before I move on to the next readings, so I got the 4 of Cups. So you're going to be emotionally frustrated with something about the process. So even though the environment looks right and you are going to hear about some opportunities that could come your way, the 4 of Cups says something is going to emotionally frustrate you, whether that's the opportunities that are available for you since they're night energy and not fully not fully developed energy. It may not be exactly what you're looking for, so you're just going to have to be patient and wait for what you want, even though things that may come your way don't exactly fit all of your criteria or what you want to do. So hopefully that was super helpful. And then that was great for Kathy. So if you guys want and you like these kinds of things, I may try to do more of these. So subscribe. If you click in you can see my little button there or whatever, and click on that if you want to subscribe, so you'll be alerted, hopefully notified when I do this next. So I'll do a quick shuffle, and then I'll get to a general reading for Jessica. Just had her 40th birthday. That's great. My wife just had her 40th birthday in November. So we had she's not really a surprise person, but I did surprise her and her friends with getting a limo to take them out for the night. And so our kids got to jump in a limo and get their pictures taken and do all that kind of stuff. So Jessica, let's do a general reading, see what you have after your 40th birthday. Ooh, these are great cards. So here's what we have. You have 2 major arcana cards showing up here in your reading. The first one I got here is the Fool. So whether you feel like turning 40 is, some people dread it or feel the doom, but if you really embrace the adventure or what you're here for, I feel like, at least for myself, when I turned 40, I'm about 45 now. I kind of felt freed. Like my older brother felt like a little worried and doom and gloom. but I really felt motivated by it because I feel like I'd accomplished whatever I wanted. So I was on this different change in my life. So we actually started, having kids and stuff like that. So I was really up for the adventure of where I was in life. I feel like in lots of phases of your life in your 20s and 30s, you're always kind of looking ahead and you're always like, oh, hopefully I find the right person or the right job or get married to the right city and stuff like that. I really feel like in my 40s was finally where like I've arrived and we are starting the journey of having kids, but at least I could relax and enjoy it. So wherever you are, and 40 in that phase of life, hopefully you can relax, enjoy it, and actually embrace whatever adventure is coming for you in this phase, rather than just almost like kind of looking ahead and being worried about the next thing or worried about the thing that's coming next. Next card I got for you, which is another major arcana card, is the star card. So I do love the star card. This actually used to be one of my least favorite cards in the major arcana, but now it's my one of my favorites because it's really about hope. And you can see here you got kind of the star. So whatever, I'm not sure if you have some different ideas or goals or things have changed for you since turning 40. Yeah, so it's on the fourth per, for numerology, fourth year numerology is a very stable year. So whether you feel like yeah, done with your 30s, whether you feel like whatever it is you want in this stage of life or in this phase of life, you're gonna have lots of hope to the with the star. And I won't go into my whole rant. I actually have a video on my channel about the star card specifically. If you want to look for that and talking about some of the background and things I've learned about it. But for me, the most important thing for the star card is in order to accomplish the goals that you want to have, you really do have to have that the hope and the trust that it can happen for you. You can see kind of tying onto that star with a string and kind of pulling it in. You have to trust and believe that you whatever you want to accomplish, you can pull it into you. And that's the way to unlock way so much more energy for yourself in order to really pull it in. In the video, if you find it on my channel, I kind of really talk about how in reality, if you don't have a goal or something you're going for and the hope and belief that you can bring it to you, you're only going to use less than 1% of your total energy versus being able to access all of your energy in order to manifest that for yourself. But there is something here for you to work on or look at. So those are the first two, Fool and the Star, are super positive major arcana cards. But the last one here, kind of for you to think about. So this is the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, really, this is the thief. I always view it as like an emotional vampire. This is some relationship, some individual, could be friends, family, whoever it is, where it's an uneven balance. Where either they bring you constantly their problems, but they're not there for you when you have your problems. Or I call this the emotional vampire, people that just drag down your energy. Especially if you feel like you have your hope and your where you want to go, and if people don't trust or believe that you can accomplish your goals and they're just debbie downers or naysayers to whatever you want to do, then this is the really acknowledgement of that. So if there are people that you can find or you identify in your life, in your circle, who are more the debbie downers, the naysayers, or that uneven emotional level where they're constantly taking from you or dumping their problems on you, but they're never there to support you, you need to evaluate that type of relationship and see if it still fits you and your goal, especially in this new phase of life into your 40s. So I hope that's super helpful. You can now, subscribe to my channels. If people are interested and still want to do this, I'll do more of these in the future. But hope you have a wonderful 40th birthday. Yeah, keep watching those 444s from your angel numbers, it looks like. And yeah, great. And yeah, reach out and even leave me some comments or messages if there's any other ways that I can help you. But we'll move on to the next person. I'll see if anyone else is interested in a reading, then just put a message in the comments and I can do some tarot card readings for people and see what they have going on for them. Those who have stumbled upon this, great. Nothing is, I also definitely believe that nothing is a coincidence. I think you can either choose to approach your life as, everything is a miracle or nothing is a miracle. And I do believe everything is connected. Hi, Megan, how's it going? And so, what is the universe or spirit trying to tell you? You are seeing all the signs, but don't know what they're trying to tell you. That's fantastic. We'll do a quick 3-card reading for you as well. Are there any specific signs you are seeing? Something that I'm not an expert in, but I've researched is animal visitations. So I would get specific animals or birds coming into my yard, or I'd constantly see them, and then try to figure out exactly what that means. I actually had a deer staring into my sliding glass door at breakfast one time. I think was trying to warn me that I was going to have a kitchen grease fire shortly after that. And so now I try to pay close attention to deer. So I actually ended up going in my study and just on my computer back when we had desktops and that stuff. But and then I just heard the smoke alarm going off, and it made a little bit of a mess, but luckily not too much of a huge issue. So, what is the universe trying to tell you? So here's what we have here. The first card I have for you is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is lots of opportunities for you, especially on the emotional plane, since cups deal with water sign energy. So that's your emotions. Seven in numerology is, well, I guess what it would say is you have lots of opportunities in front of you. But a seven in numerology says it's not the time to like leap ahead or jump into things without thinking about it through. A seven is really like the hermit energy, pause, self reflect, so you can evaluate the choices, because you'll see here not all choices are good choices. You got snakes, some of them are jewels, some are good or some are bad. So what the universe is trying to tell you is, especially if you're seeing signs everywhere, is there are opportunities out there everywhere for you. You just have to really not just jump at the first thing that comes to you, but take the time to evaluate and look through it. The second card that I got for you is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords for me, this is my, damned if you do, damned if you don't card. So this is really, if you have, once you get past beyond all these choices you could or have to make, uh, this card is really, and when I see this one and why it's difficult for people is because you know exactly what you need to do. However, the short-term pain of doing it is causing you to hesitate. That's why she's feeling bound up or tied up. And the Rider Waite has similar kind of connotation to that. And so it would be like, what's the, things of this relate to is what's a tough conversation you need to have, but you've been avoiding. You need to get through it to get to the other side, but the short-term pain of actually taking that first step and actually doing it has been causing you to pause or hesitate, and that's why you feel like maybe you're not making as much progress as you wanted, because it's almost like doing the thing you have to do, but not wanting to, because in the short term it's painful, long term it's going to pay out and get you to a better place or get things and your energy back in balance. But just like, yeah, picking up the phone or having that conversation or doing that thing or crossing off your list, whatever it might be, that's what this energy is. But the good news for you, and why you're seeing signs everywhere from the universe, the last card for you is one of the best cards in the minor arcana you could possibly have. So this is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles, this is like generational abundance. So the universe is pouring abundance into you, and you should see that in many different ways, because I would say we should have some kind of plan or thing we're doing, but with things like this in generational abundance, it's like even if you are walking blindly or lost, the universe is going to keep bumping at you, trying to bring you gifts or bring you things on your path. And so this is not just for a short period of time where you're going to have some positive luck, but like your spirit guides, guardian angels, whatever you choose to believe in, are really supporting you and trying to bring you this generational abundance. That's why you see here, family and their children and all that kind of stuff on the original Rider Waite deck. It has 3 generations, so you can see grandparents, parents, and children, which really tells you is generational blessings are coming to you. So these opportunities you might be seeing is coming on here to do. Is there, so hopefully this is helpful to you. Is there a way to tip on here? My brother was texting me that there's some way you can pay to have your comment go higher or something like that, or something. I'll figure out next time. So if you subscribe to my channel, I do this again another time, you can catch me again. But I hope this is helpful for you, and let me know if this has resonated with you and be helpful for you. But yeah, opportunities are coming to you. Generational abundance is coming to you. That's why you're seeing signs everywhere, because they're trying to hit you over the head with it. But you just need to make sure that you need to do what you need to do, and stop hesitating, because it's probably blocking your energy and going through there. So yeah, down lately and much more than usual. Okay, Megan, if there's anything else, I can help you with that as well, because I do love mindfulness and stuff like that. I would say, I always tell people one of the best ways to break a cycle of down energy would be, I get a lot of people, I do lots of tarot readings for people, and even like tough relationships and breakup readings. People are like, well, how do I kind of get my mojo back or do things or find the right situation. And I'll tell them, simple things like even getting a bird feeder, just start like give positive energy out into the world and it's going to come back to they say, no, no, that's not what I want. I don't want to feed the birds. I want a positive relationship coming back to me or a better relationship than what I had before. And I always tell people like, you don't understand, like, even though you think it's not going to affect you in the same plane, if you give positive energy in some vector of life, it doesn't have to be on the relationship vector. It could be just feeding the birds or something like that. If you do it with genuine heart and stuff like that, the universe is bound to respond back to you, and that's what will help bring you, more positive energy coming back to you. So abundant lately, yes. That's why they've been so abundant, is because you got the Ten of Pentacles trying to come to you and trying to give you as many gifts as they can to help you on your path. So I hope that's been super helpful for you. Let's see if anyone else is on here. So I got Megan and Jessica done. I'm just scrolling through the comments now to make sure I haven't missed anybody. So we did Kathy, we did Jessica for her 40th birthday, and we just did Megan. So if anyone else is just popping on or has any other questions or concerns, uh, tips or coffee fun linked in the comments. I'll have to learn all of this. This is honestly the first time I've gone live. I just saw that it was something to do, and I've actually got some free time tonight as my kids are actually sleeping at a reasonable hour. My wife works some nights at the hospital, local hospital. So once the kids are in bed, I do have some free time, which I do a lot of my readings for clients and stuff like that. But I just had a free evening tonight, so I figured I would try this out and learn something new because I like trying to learn new things. So a lot of YouTubers have a tip or coffee fun. I actually haven't even watched a whole lot of lives, so I'm just learning all about this. Learning the game of life together. Namaste. Yeah. Thanks, Jessica. I hope, yeah, if you subscribe and I do this again, then we will come back and kind of check this out or do this out. I'll get my act together and figure out how I can put some of this together. But just wanted to test it out and see if it'll be at least helpful for people at all. So I know it says I don't know if it would tell me who's even here. We've got 4 people watching. We've done at least 3 readings for people. So if anyone just joining wants any tarot card readings or has any questions or comments, yeah, so much pile the way, keep playing to donate. Yes. So even things like that, like you are blocking your energy because you had the intention to donate things to other people and help them. We actually have that too. Obviously, our kids are young, so they still sleep in our room, but we have one of the rooms that will be a future kids room just becomes the pile of stuff. So last weekend, after the holidays and getting all the donation stuff like that, we just had a room pile of just boxes of stuff, my whole trunk of my Subaru worth of stuff. And so if you can go through that and actually physically donate it and get it out there, that's when you'll kind of create the karmic cycle. Otherwise, you have this wonderful intention to try to help people, but you're kind of blocking it by just having it stuffed away in the corner, which I do as well sometimes. But the actual process of actually donating it is what's going to get the positive karma and cycle going through. So get a bird feeder. Yes, I highly recommend bird feeders. Actually, we just upgraded to our 3rd bird feeder, so we can have a different type. My in-laws have like so many and stuff like that. So I just got our 3rd bird feeder. So we have peanuts, a black sunflower seed, and thistle all at the same time, so we can get the different birds coming in. And it's just outside of our window, so the kids can watch it. And they've got a journaling book, so they can journal what kind of birds come and visit the bird feeder, and then see how we can protect it. So great. Thanks so much, Megan. Lots of good intentions lacking the follow through. That's some eight of swords energy. But I think once you get going on it, it's naturally going to create the self-fulfilling cycle for yourself too, because you're gonna once you do it, you're gonna feel good about it, and that's gonna give you a boost to even do more. So if you got several things on your list, the momentum and the energy from one is going to trickle down to all the others, and that's when you'll conquer your whole list. So I see a couple other people joining. So we were doing tarot card readings or tarot card pulls for people. So if people have questions or comments that they want answered, they can put those in the chat. We're just wrapping up with some other ones and chatting bird feeders, which I'm a huge fan of as well, and also how to manage your donation. I think it is in any which way you can have that karmic energy. I think people always think of it as like, just negative energy or karma coming back at people who misbehave, but it really is. That's why the 8 of Swords that you got is a karmic number, because in numerology 8 is karmic, because as above so below you reap what you sow. So from the letter 8 it mirrors up and down. Same thing like a tree. A tree grows with branches that go out, but also has roots that grow down in the same way. So that's a very karmic thing. You reap what you sow from the roots that you grow to support a high growing tree. And then all those kinds of things kind of come together. And that's why any positive action on any vector can come back to you in a positive way and help other people. It doesn't have to be on the same plane as relationship to relationship. It could be you helping birds does come back because someone else will help you or connect you with the right person, whatever that case or might be. So I hope that's helpful to you. I hope you appreciate enjoying it. If anyone else has just joined and wants to do any tarot card readings or tarot card pulls, I'll just gauge the energy in the room right now and see what we have here. Oh, we do. I just pulled Justice. So one of the things I love about the Justice cards, for especially I do like the way this looks for all the Libra balance and stuff like that, is this is exactly my karmic card. So in the major arcana, Justice is a karmic card because you see them balance in the scales. So above and below, you reap what you sow. Everything weighs out. So if you give positive energy, you're guaranteed to get positive energy back. You give negative energy, you're going to get negative energy back. And that's why you usually see, especially even like the King of Swords and stuff like that. And the swords can cut both ways. They can be tools that are very helpful in order to accomplish what you want, but they also can be hurtful because they can also cut you at the same time. So 8s are karmic, Justice is karmic. All those kinds of things really signify the type of energy that you should have of making sure that you if you the intent is, especially in numerology. So I do astrology, tarot, numerology. We all have a certain vibration. As I do tarot astrology charts and reports for people, you vibrate a certain energy, and so if you allow that to flow out freely, then that's going to come back to you with other people and it's going to help you on your journey. But if you either block it or focus on negative energy, then people can feel it. I don't know if you've ever had times where you walk into a room and there's somebody there and you're just like, either you're really like, I know I'm interested in this person, I'm attracted to them, or you're like, I don't know anything about them, I just know I don't like them. My friend would call it like an instant arch rival or something like that, because you just don't resonate with their energy. There's some kind of karmic thing there where you're just not vibrating the same frequency, and may have, without knowing each other, you just have that feeling about someone that you can get super quick. So does anyone else want to have a tarot card reading or tarot card pull for any situations or concerns they may have? Just post in the comments here so that I can get back to those. Let me make sure I'm at the most. This is my first time doing this, so I'm making sure I stay on top of the comments. You can tell this is a newer deck, so it's not as broken in for my shuffling as some of my decks I've been using for years and years. Because for those who just joined, I'm currently using the Light Seers Tarot deck. I just got it within just before around the holidays or something like that. Got it for myself since I've been looking at it for a long time. I love using Rider-Waite borderless decks that I've been using for a long time. Those are one of my favorites, especially the borderless, so it doesn't have the edges on it. But for things that I like to do, like life path readings and things like that, I like to use the Light Seers deck. I think the imagery is more vibrant. I love the images, the colors. I think it's just a little bit softer as you go into some of the things that we want to do, especially as I talk to people about their life path or what they're meant to do. I feel like this brings back a lot more imagery or gets people a little more comfortable. It's not as scary tarot. It's really, it's like beautiful artwork kind of tarot. All right. My cats are getting hungry. So anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns they want to throw into the chat? If not, I'll probably wrap it up and go do something else, or go do some other readings or things like that on my site. I do have Lawrence Espinosa, Gemini. All right, we have a new Gemini in the house. Hey, Lawrence, how you doing? If you want like a reading on any topic, just post your question or concern in the chat, and we can do a 3 card reading on yours. I am actually a Gemini rising, so I'm still trying to figure out how to embrace that energy. I'm a Scorpio sun, Gemini rising, and I have an Aries moon. So actually, I wish I knew that. So I do astrology charts and reports for people. I wish I knew I had an Aries moon earlier, because that means I do enjoy spending time by myself. And while I was younger in my 20s, stuff like that, I felt really guilty for, some weekends I would just want to stay in and not really go out, but I felt guilty. I'm like, why do I feel this way? I should be out doing stuff. But now that I understand my Aries moon and how I do enjoy spending time by myself, kind of inward and collecting my thoughts or sitting with my emotions, I now at least embrace it, especially on nights like this when my wife is working and kids are hopefully asleep. But Lawrence, do you have any questions or pulls you'd want to have for the tarot that might help you where you are now? If you do, throw them in the comments. What is ahead? Okay. What is ahead for Gemini? Let's take a look. Lawrence wants to know what's ahead for him. Okay, these are some. Yeah, well, this is lots of court cards. I do enjoy the court cards. So the first one here is it's the King of Wands. So the King of Wands obviously related to your fire sign energy. So this is, I view the wands can be things about either your hobbies, your career, your passions. I view it as more as like this fire sign energy of what is it that's going to wake you up in the morning and get you going. So like what is it that you're so passionate about that you're willing to get up in the morning and start going after or tackling it? I don't know if you feel like you connected with this or have this figured out, but being uh the night energy, so this would say is like messages or inklings or new things regarding it. It may not be fully on the path to exactly what you want to do or how you want to do it, but you are obviously getting some messages or hints or anything like that related to it. So I don't know if you are tinkering or trying out different things or dabbling in different areas, but as you do, the ones that you really resonate with are the ones that light you on fire, are the ones you want to keep going further with, and that will help you figure out exactly what it is. If you feel like you already don't know what you're meant to do in this life path, that's the way to kind of go through and see it. The next one here, sorry, was the King of Wands. Next one is the Knight of Swords. So this is, whenever I see like the Knight of Swords, this would be things like the knights are always kind of this energy of like rushing in or not rushing in. So this would say is, well, the advice is just be careful of not letting your thoughts or your communication or your words slip out too fast. So spend a little bit of time making sure you sat with exactly what it is. This would almost be like, the foot and mouth or something like that, because if you speak too quickly on something without thinking about, which knights may do, they tend to rush into the situations, you can get yourself in trouble, or you may give people the wrong impression or the wrong idea about what you're thinking or what you're trying to do, and something you may have to backtrack or get, rework out of that, because that sword energy, in the old days, they used to fight with swords. If you take the S and throw it at the back, we now fight with words, which is kind of how we duel these days. And especially with easy access to email and social media, it can be easy to put your foot in your mouth if you over communicate before you are ready. And then the last one I have here for you. So this is the Knight of Cups. So I don't know if there's anything new on the emotional plane or connecting with other people uh, that resonates with you or comes up recently. But the Knight of Cups is on the same plane, whereas other energy might be, communication. So this would be some kind of connection. So if people come to me for relationship readings or dating and stuff like that, the Knight of Cups is really would be like a suitor or a potential date or someone asking you out. So this is things, new messages or new contacts. Since it's night energy and not fully matured like king or queen energy, then this says it would be either something, a new opportunity, or someone you don't know as well, or potentially someone who was only like a friend is now becoming more of an interest. So from all those, this is the most court card energy all in one packed reading I've had in a while. So I hope that is helpful to you, and I hope that's resonates with you. Let me know if that helps you, and if you are interested or you want to uh, do some of these again another time, just click on the button where you can see my hermit down there and subscribe to the channel so that you can catch it. So, but I think as people are winding up, I will probably also pop off of this since I had a half hour free, and now we're kind of wrapping up on that. But I appreciate everybody, and I hope to do this again, and hopefully it adds some value to people and they enjoy it. Thanks.